Hello, this is Emery. Say hi, Emery. Say hi, Emery. Are you saying hi? It sounded like you said it. Say hi, Emery. So we are going to talk about my labor and delivery story today. I had the best, the most magical experience ever. So one thing about me is, ever since like middle school, I would always say I wanted a Pisces boy when I was 24. And I wanted to be engaged. And here we are with a Pisces boy when I'm 24 and I am engaged. Yeah. So it's really what you guys manifest, like whatever you put out there will come true. You just have to really believe that it will happen. His due date was actually Aries. His due date was March 23rd, but he came, March 23rd. He came on March 13th, exactly at 12 a.m., March 13th. So it was great. Like, I found out when I found out I was pregnant with Emily when I was 3 weeks pregnant. I was dizzy, which is not normal, and I'm also not the type of person to like nap. So I was like really tired too. I was like, why am I exhausted? Like just randomly one day out of nowhere, I ate and I like took like a 4-hour nap, and I was like, this is weird. But the dizziness is kind of what gave it away for me because I don't ever get dizzy. So I think that's kind of like what did it for me. So I was dizzy, like I went, I got the NIPT test and everything, and we found out we were having a boy, and Dawson and I did like a little intimate gender reveal that was really cute, and I honestly, he wanted a girl, and I really thought it was gonna be a girl. So we thought you were gonna be a girl, huh? And you guys, my reaction when I found out I was having my boy, I was so excited, so excited. That's just kind of like a recap of the pregnancy. Like, I kid you not, I had a great pregnancy. I was like literally seeing rainbows and butterflies my whole pregnancy. I saw probably the most rainbows in the sky that I have ever seen in my life during my pregnancy. It was just overall a very positive experience. And then I asked to see a butterfly if I was having a girl, and in my head I was thinking of seeing like a monarch, like an orange one. And then I was like, okay, and if I'm having a boy, let me see like a pink car, just something that you don't really see all the time. And one day I was at the pool at our old apartment, and I was with my cousin or somebody, and I saw a butterfly, and it was a black and blue butterfly. It was a really pretty butterfly, something I've never seen in my life. And I got a picture of it. I can probably insert the picture like up here somewhere. I saw rainbows all the time, but I know one time I was on the way to my very first ultrasound and there was a huge rainbow in the sky, and it was just such like a relieving feeling. Like, this is going to be a really positive experience. You don't need to really worry about anything. How I knew I was having a boy, because I asked to see a butterfly, but instead of seeing a monarch, I saw the blue one, and I was like, I'm having a boy. Like, I just knew I was having a boy, and I was so excited about it. So Dawson was doing a business course, like a business class, and we're in Virginia. So up near DC is where his class was, and he had to go there. It was a 3-month program, and he had to go to Arlington up there 2 days each month of the program. And the last time he had to go in person was in March. And the whole pregnancy I was concerned, because I was like, that's really close to my due date, like I don't really want you to go by yourself, so I'm just gonna come with you. And we brought the car seat and everything just in case I went into labor up there. And so I went up there. I have some friends up there, so while he was doing that class, I was with my friends, and I kid you, we walked and walked and walked all like up there. And this was the 10th, I believe. We went up there Sunday, so 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we went up there on the 10th, which was the Sunday. Yeah, 10th. Okay, yeah. March 10th we went up to DC. That was a Sunday. And, you know, Monday and Tuesday, I just hung out with my friends the whole time, walking around, you know, doing whatever. And when we got there on Sunday night, I felt like I had to use the bathroom. Like, I just felt like I ate something, like I was constipated. Like, honestly, I felt constipated. Like, I'm just being real and raw with you guys. I felt constipated. I was going to the bathroom probably, like, I was fine. Like, I was walking around like I went to IKEA. Like, if you're going to IKEA, you know you're walking. We went to IKEA with my friend. We went to get pho. We went, like, everywhere. And, you know, I was just like, I really have to go to the bathroom. So we just kept stopping into different stores, and I would go to the bathroom. And I was just, like, really trying to go to the bathroom, you know? And then that was, like, Sunday and Monday. Like, that happened Sunday night. Sunday night is when that was happening. Like, we had gotten there. It started around, like, 1 a.m. You know, my whole pregnancy was great. The one thing that sucked for me was the heartburn was really, really bad, especially towards the end. Like, I was living off of Tums and Pepcid. I had the big containers of Tums, and I went through, like, 1.5 of them within the 9-month period. Like, it was so bad. I've never eaten that many Tums in my life. And now I'm, like, never want to eat them again because they're so gross. So my stomach acid was just really bad during my pregnancy. But, so that's, like, anyways. We went up there, we were walking around, you know, eating all these things. And I just had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I was going to different places to try to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Mom brain is so crazy. Mom brain mixed with ADHD is just the cherry on top of this life right now. Just honestly so chaotic. My point was, I was kind of up during the night anyways because of how bad the heartburn was. Like, I couldn't really sleep. Like, it would literally wake me up. And I would be, like, gasping for air, trying to just breathe and sleep and get comfortable. So it was around, like, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was up, and I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And my back was hurting a little bit. Like, there was just pressure. Like, I just really had to go to the bathroom. I like, started the water and got in the bathtub. Mind you, we're at a hotel. Like, we're not even home. And I just, like, Dawson's sleeping in the bed, and I'm just in the bathroom and in the bathtub at 2 o'clock in the morning, just trying to help my digestive system pretty much because I thought I had to go to the bathroom. And then the next day, you know, comes, and then I go to my other friend's house, and this was Tuesday at this point. I go to my other friend's house. You know, we had checked out of the hotel at this point, so we loaded the car up. Dawson had to go on, like, a field trip thing with this class he was taking. And then, tell him. And then, Dawson had to go on a field trip, so he went down back to Woodbridge, which is pretty much, like, 30 minutes off of the drive back home. So from Woodbridge, it would only be, like, an hour and a half back to the house. So I go to my other friend's house because we had checked out of the hotel. Oh, let's not forget, I got locked in the hotel room. Like, they had these automatic doors where you have to have the key fob. Dawson's already on his field trip. I'm by myself, 9 months pregnant in the hotel room. It has a key fob. And, like, you don't need to unlock the door. You just, like, pull the handle down and it will unlock on its own. It was really weird. But pretty much I did it and it wouldn't open. And then I unlocked it and did it, and it still wouldn't open. So I was locked inside. The hotel room. So also, like, that night before we checked out, I I just felt weird, so I called the hospital near us. Like, I was like, I think my water broke, because I had just gotten up to go to the bathroom, and I don't pee myself. Like, that's not something I ever did during my pregnancy. But I guess I did this time, but I thought my water broke. So I called the hospital in Arlington, and I was like, yeah, I think my water just broke. And they left me on hold for 10 minutes. They left me on hold for 10 minutes. So I hung up. I was like, okay, I don't want to give birth at your hospital anyways if this is how you're treating me on the phone. So I was like, whatever. So I left. I went to my friend's house. Just didn't pay any mind. And then I was like, I really have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And, you know, we had just ordered food, you know, just hung out in the house. And then I noticed that it got uncomfortable to sit down. Like, at this point, I was going back and forth to her bathroom. Got to the point where I was going like every 5 minutes. I was running back and forth to her bathroom, like 15 to 5-ish minutes. And mind you, I'm not having contractions. Like, I'm not having, like, my belly's not tightening or anything. Like, I'm not having any other symptoms of being in labor. Like, I was expecting like a tightening, like kind of like a boa constrictor, but like up here, and I was not getting any of this stuff. So it got to the point where I couldn't sit down. Like, it was uncomfortable for me to sit down. So I just stood up, and then I was like, I'm gonna go. So at this point, Dawson was still in Woodbridge, and I went down. And in the car, I just felt like weird. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel like anything was wrong, but I just felt like, let me call my doctor. So I called my doctor. I had picked Dawson up and called my doctor, and we were on the way back to Richmond because the car had been packed up and everything. And she was like, yeah, you could be having pre-labor symptoms, so just go get checked. So funny, my doctor actually got off exactly when we got to the hospital, so we didn't see her, but we got there and there were midwives there that checked me, and she was like, oh, you're having back labor. She was like, you're in labor. And she was like, the reason you feel like you have to poop is because you're in labor. And she was like, we're gonna check you. And when they checked me, I was 6 centimeters dilated and 90% effaced. And I didn't even know I was in labor. Like, I didn't know. I just thought I was constipated. Like, I just felt pressure. And so I was like, all right, well, we're having a baby today. And this was Tuesday the 12th at exactly at 4:30. So about an hour later, we went into the delivery room, and I got the epidural. So I was like, oh yeah, babe, go get food now. And they were like, well, if you want the epidural, you know, you shouldn't be eating right now. So I was like, okay. And then I was like expecting them to take forever, like 5 hours to bring me the epidural, you know how they do it in movies. And he left to go get food, and right when he left, they brought the epidural. Which also, the epidural does not hurt, you guys. I need you to really stop boosting. Everybody boosts so many things. The epidural did not hurt. It was a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't like painful. I think it's kind of weird that people are just like, oh, it hurts so bad. Like, it really wasn't. So I got the epidural, and then I just laid there. They came and flipped me on the sides, you know, put the peanut pillow in between my legs. And I labored from about 5:36 until 11:50 at night. And I started pushing at 11:50. Like, I was like, oh, you know, I just kept telling them. I was like, yeah, I feel pressure. I feel pressure. I feel pressure. And every time I would say that, they would check me. And they'd be like, yeah. And my water never broke. My water broke. They broke my water. I was like, did my water break? And they were like, no. She was like, do you want me to break it? You're 9 centimeters now. And I was like, sure. So she like put the thing up there. It kind of looks like a crocheting needle, except obviously it's sterile. And they just popped it. Yeah, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling pressure. And then they were like, yeah, you're ready to push. And Dawson was sleeping. Dawson was sleeping on the couch. And I was like, hey babe, I'm gonna start pushing soon. So he gets up and he goes into the bathroom. And then she comes to me and she's like, you can start pushing now, like, let's go. And then I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, Dawson, get out here. And then so I started pushing, and it was just like such a magical experience. Honestly, I feel like I could have done natural birth. Like, I got all the way to 6 centimeters, 7 centimeters before the epidural kicked in. And I didn't even know I was in labor, you know? Like, I didn't even know. Like, I really hope everybody experiences this when they have a baby. Like, I wish this experience on everybody. So I started pushing, and I pushed him out in 10 minutes. 10 minutes for my first child ever. Mind you, I didn't really do the perineal massages during my pregnancy, like, at all. I really didn't. But I don't know, I pushed him out. I was pushing for 10 minutes, and in that transition, I was like going through so many emotions. Like, I would like cry and just be like crying, I guess, because of how like the pressure, how much pressure I was pushing down. Also, when you're pushing, definitely push like you're pooping, like you're straining to go to the bathroom. That's the push they're looking for, okay? And yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like, I would cry, and then 5 seconds later I'd be like, where's my phone? Somebody record. Where is the recording? Like, so why is nobody taking pictures? Like, what's going on? And then I'd start crying again, and then I'd be like, do you see him? Like, I'll just be fine. And then I'd start crying again. And like, I just pushed him out in 10 minutes, and I didn't tear. I had no tears. It was such a magical experience, you guys. I'm not even kidding. And he weighed 7 pounds, 13 ounces. And I was 7 pounds, 14 ounces. So I thought that was really cute. And he was a little Pisces baby. And then we heard his first little cries, and the hospital that I delivered at, they automatically did like delayed cord clamping for like 90 seconds, I believe. And then they did like the golden hour. So that first hour with him out of my belly, he was just on my chest. And then they took him after that and got his weight and everything. Yeah, and this is this little beautiful baby. The little beautiful, the most beautiful is and you guys, he's so perfect. He's an easy baby. He's such an easy baby. I just had like a really good, positive experience. He's great. He's literally everything I've wanted him to be. I've manifested this child for years, and like the fact that he was a Pisces boy, like, just really put the icing on the cake that there is a higher power in this world, whether you prefer that it's God or the universe or whatever you look at in this life. But I don't know, I just feel like if you put out positive things in the world and you manifest these things for yourself, they will happen. I also believe that if you put negative energy out, that stuff can happen as well. But yeah, that's my labor and delivery story, and I really hope that this helps somebody. I have a labor and delivery nurse friend, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what she told me. She said the people that go in that are anxious and nervous and like so uppity about everything, those are the people that end up getting emergency C-sections. Those are the people that stress themselves out so much that it causes complications. I really think that going with the flow in this journey and the experience and transition in your life is so important, because you don't want to stress your baby out, because it can delay them coming out. Don't go in there with a whole bunch of like wants and needs, because at the end of the day, the doctor's going to tell you what is necessary, if it's necessary for your safety and the baby's safety. I feel like if you want more of a holistic approach, then you need to not go to a hospital. You need to go to a birthing center and have your holistic situation there. But I feel like going to the hospital and expecting a holistic experience is kind of, that's not their, cup of tea. That's not what they're there for. They're there for the medical side of things. So definitely, if you're going to a hospital or anything, go with the flow. just take one step at a time. Don't like stress yourself about pushing when you're just now getting there, you know, or you're just getting checked. Don't stress yourself about the epidural when you're just on the way to the hospital, you know, like just go take each step as it comes, and I promise you it's going to be such a great experience. Such a great experience. Is there anything you want to say? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm back.